Hey, what's up, everybody? And welcome to another edition of On a Couch. Hey, don't talk over me. Don't talk over me, you son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
What are you, Sheck West?
I got hoes.
We always have to reference Sheck West every
episode from now on. We have to reference Sheck West. Welcome to another edition of On a Couch Talking Sports. As always, I'm Robbie. This is Kyle. Kyle, how are you tonight?
Doing great. Drinking tea,
Yeah.
Tea Tuesdays, I guess. It's a thing now.
First there was Taco Tuesdays, and now there's Tea Tuesdays.
Yeah.
As invented by Kyle literally 5 seconds ago.
There you go.
There you go.
Take it over,
Internet,
guys.
do your thing. But so what we want to do, obviously the calendar has flipped to the month of April, but that does not mean that March Madness is done yet. As a matter of fact, in 3 of the major college sports tournaments, this weekend or next weekend will be the Final Four for each tournament. You've got men's and women's basketball with their Final Fours this weekend, and then men's hockey will play their Final Four the following weekend. So what we wanted to do tonight, which we thought would be really fun, would be to pick, make predictions for each of the Final Four games for each of those 3 sports. So again, it's men's and women's basketball and men's ice hockey. And so, obviously, I think we could both agree. I've watched more of the tournament, probably those 3 tournaments than Kyle has.
No, I keep up so much with that. I went to PAX East the other weekend, and I kept up so much with the basketball tournament. So basically, he's right. I literally kept up with nothing.
So this will be interesting to see who Kyle picks, and also just how these picks go in general.
Yeah, they're literally just going to be straight shots.
Knowing us and our monkey guessing that we usually do. So we're going to start off with the men's basketball tournament, then do women's basketball, and then the Bruins are going to score a goal. Oh, shucks, I thought they were about to. I'm sorry, we have the Bruins in the background.
We're multitasking.
Yeah, exactly. We're doing research. We're doing research for future episodes by watching a Bruins game.
Yeah, sure, Robbie. Yeah,
sure. Let's go with that. Research. All right, so let's get right into it with the men's basketball Final Four. Again, these semifinals will be taking place Saturday night, followed by the championship game on Monday. In the first semifinal, we have Auburn at the SEC. They were the 5th seed in their regional, and they're going to be taking on Virginia, who was the top seed in their regional. So, Kyle, I'll start with you. Who do you like between Virginia and Auburn?
Okay, well, I all I know is that I the knowledge of both are pretty equal. Basically, I have no knowledge of either team, so I'm gonna have to go with. I'll just go with proximity and go. Wait, where's Auburn again?
Alabama.
Let's go Virginia.
Okay.
I don't know why. I'm
just your gut tells you to go with Virginia.
Yeah.
Virginia's for lovers, by the way. Fun fact: in Auburn's war chant is War Eagle.
Ooh, okay.
So, I'm actually going to go Virginia as well, and not for the lovely reasons that Kyle just laid out, but I'm actually going to go with them because Virginia has been on a mission this year. Ever since last year, they became the first. They had the unfortunate moniker of being the first number 1 seed to ever lose to a 16 seed in 2018.
Ooh,
this year, they have just been like a team on a mission to like redeem themselves, and so far they've done exceptionally well. You know, they won their regional, and now they find themselves in the Final Four. And you know, Auburn's very good. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, they beat Kentucky to win their sectional. They're you know, they definitely are battle tested. But at the end of the day, I just think Virginia's motivation from last year carries them through this game and into the national championship game. I like Virginia as well.
Okay.
And then for the second time,
that's exactly why I picked Virginia. Actually, I just didn't tell you guys, but that's exactly all those reasons that Robbie and then some. That's exactly why I picked it. Sorry.
And then that's all right. You sold it perfectly. And then for the second semifinal on the men's side, we have Michigan State, who's the 2 seed in their sectional, taking on Texas Tech, who's the 3rd seed in their sectional. I'm going to pick this one first, if that's okay with you. I'm going to go with Michigan State. Oh. I think Michigan State just is riding high right now. They just beat Duke, who was like the top. They beat Duke in their
Duke's
sectional,
a big deal,
who was like a big time favorite coming into the tournament. And they knocked them off, much to the chagrin of a lot of people that I know who picked Duke in their brackets. Sorry, Maddie and Sarah. But I think Michigan State keeps it going, and I think that they knock off Texas Tech, who's had a great run themselves. But I think it ends in the semifinals. I think Michigan State moves on to face Virginia in the finals. Kyle, who do you like in that one? Michigan State, Texas Tech.
Well, I will say I actually do know a little bit more about Michigan State, so I'm going to have to go with Michigan State just based on my knowledge of that. I know Michigan State is a really solid team, and I'm not just like riffing off of what Robbie said. Like I do have a little bit of prior knowledge, just like a hair of knowledge, just about Michigan State.
Just one hair.
Yeah, that's it. So I figured,
one hair right here. Yeah.
That's a lot of hairs, Robbie. That's okay.
I tried.
So I'm gonna have to go with Michigan State as well, just because I've heard that they've gotten pretty far in the last number of years.
They always do get pretty far. They're always right up there.
They're pretty consistent.
Yeah, exactly. So that brings us. Oh, here we go. Come on, Bruins. Oh man, another breakaway save.
See, we're so into sports, we watch and talk about sports at the same time.
Exactly.
Boom.
Yeah. Take that, people who don't do that. But what was I going to say? So that brings us to our national championship game prediction that we both have predicted will happen, which would be Michigan State versus Virginia. And who would you pick in that national championship game, Michigan State versus Virginia?
Well, I'm going to say Michigan State. I'm still kind of sticking with them. I think I feel like they're a bit more consistent than Virginia, at least as far as as far as I know / learn. So I'm just gonna I'll go with another gut kind of guess on this one. So I'm gonna have to go with Michigan State. So.
All right. I'm going to disagree with you. I'm going to say
a disagreement.
I'm going to say Virginia again, just because of what I talked about earlier. Just sort of the fact that they just want to redeem themselves. And I think that it turns into a national championship. I just think they have a little bit more firepower than Michigan State does. And I think they get the job done. So I like Virginia to win the national title. Kyle likes Michigan State. We'll see how it all plays out. Watch, with our luck, Auburn and Texas Tech, where we're both like idiots. So what we wanted to move on to next, I'm using my phone to sort of get the schedules here, is the women's Final Four, which will be taking place Friday, and then the national championship game for that will be on Sunday.
All right.
So for the first national semifinal that we have on the women's side, we have Oregon, who is the number 2 seed in their sectional, taking on Baylor, the number 1 seed in their sectional.
Where's Baylor from again?
Texas.
Okay.
So I'll start off on this one. Baylor has been a predominantly very strong women's program. They're always, in the Final Four or like getting deep into the tournament. So I like Baylor in this one. I think Oregon is a good they had a good run this year. They're a team that doesn't quite make it as much as the other teams in this sort of Final Four. But I think at the end of the day, I think Baylor gets it done against them. I like Baylor to move on. What do you think?
I'm gonna go Oregon.
Okay.
I don't know. I just like Oregon. I know
because
people
of
from
the
there.
Oregon Trail.
Yeah, and that, and also I know more people from there. So
knowledge of people.
Knowledge of people versus knowledge of the actual.
I don't even know. I
sport.
don't even know. I have to look up and see if I know more people in Texas or in Oregon.
Plus, it seems like a cool state. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So Kyle and I disagree on that. I like Baylor. He likes Oregon. The next one is going to be a really good game. I think it's UConn, who is always on the women's side, winning national championships and just right up there. And they're taking on. They were actually the 2 seed in their sectional this year, but still won the regional. And they're going to be taking on Notre Dame, who was a top seed in the regional. Again, wow. Notre Dame, another team that always, year in and year out, just is right there in terms of making Final Fours and making it deep into the tournament. So, Kyle, who do you see coming out of that matchup? UConn against Notre Dame.
I'm going to say... Ooh, it's a tough one. Both pretty solid. I'll go with UConn.
Yeah.
It's also because maybe I'm a little biased. My family doesn't really have the highest regards towards Notre Dame.
Well, for me, it's which one do you hate more? Because I don't like UConn sports. I don't like Notre Dame sports. So which one do I hate more? And honestly, I'm going to go with UConn as well because I think I hate Notre Dame more. But second of all, UConn just always wins, and I just feel like they always find a way to win on this stage. So Gino Auriemma, their coach, is just amazing. He's just a legend in all senses of the word. So I like UConn to win it. So that brings us to our national championship games for picks for the women's side. Kyle, I'll start with you because you have Oregon versus UConn. So who do you see coming out on top?
Well, I actually would like to see, because I'm a you know me, as everyone knows.
You root for the underdog.
Root for the underdog, so I'm going to go for Oregon.
Okay, I'm gonna go with mine being UConn versus Baylor. I'm gonna go UConn. I just until they lose a title game, I'm not going to pick against them. So I like UConn. So
how many titles have they won so far, actually?
It's been too many to count.
Okay.
So kind of
could be the year.
So it's funny because kind of differed on both the men's and women's side. Kyle picked Michigan State, I picked Virginia, and then Kyle picked Oregon, and I picked UConn. So we shall see how that all turns out. So now we're going to go to the hockey side, men's hockey. And actually, men's hockey has a more of a local flair in their Frozen Four. There's actually 2 New England teams in the Frozen Four for men's hockey. One of them, I think you're really going to like. Oh, the Bruins scored a goal. High five. Yeah, even though you're a Canadians fan, but it's okay.
No, it's okay, guys. I still cheer for the Bruins when they're not playing the Canadians. Which probably won't make you guys like me anymore, but it's okay.
So getting back to college hockey, there's one New England team in each of the 2 semifinals. So we'll go with the first semifinal first. And again, these semifinals are taking place not this week, but next week. They're going to be taking place a week from Thursday, and then a week from this coming Saturday will be the championship game. So in the first semifinal, we have Denver taking on the 4th overall seed UMass. UMass Amherst, who had an amazing year this year. Went from basically being sort of the bottom of Hockey East to winning the hockey regular season title. They lost in the conference tournament. Then they've turned around, won their regional, and now find themselves in the Frozen Four. Again, they'll be taking on Denver a week from Thursday. So, Kyle, I'll start with you on this one. Who do you like, UMass or Denver?
UMass, definitely.
I think we both gotta agree on that. Just because of the for me, it's just because like Massachusetts and Hockey East, and it's just sort of the feel-good story.
It's another underdog story we got going on here.
I like UMass in this one. Sorry, Denver. And by the way, the finals, the Frozen Four this year is going to be held in Buffalo and New York, just in case anybody was wondering. Not that they were. But yeah, I like UMass as well. So we both pick UMass. And then, Kyle, are you ready for this?
All right.
This first semifinal. The second semifinal that we're gonna pick. No, you're gonna really like this one. Right. You've got Minnesota Duluth taking on. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
Providence College. The Friars are in the Frozen Four. The Bruins scored again. High five.
Wow, dude. We're on fire.
Minnesota Duluth versus Providence. I think I have a feeling where we're both leaning on this one. Kyle, I'm going to go with Providence.
All the way. And this is not only because that's also another underdog story, I feel like, because I don't think they've been, well, no, they've been pretty far. They
won the national title back in 2015. Yeah. But this year they were actually like the last seed in their regional, the 4 teams in their regional, and still went on. Now, granted, the regional that they were in was in Providence, but that's beside the point. But yeah, again, I always like to root for the hockey schools. Being a BC fan, I always pull for Hockey East, and so I don't think it's any what's the word I'm looking for? I don't think it's any surprise that I am Kyle and I actually both have both hockey schools and both New England schools in the national championship game, UMass versus Providence. Now, I think we may disagree, though, on this championship game pick. I'm going to go first. I'm going to pick UMass. All right. I just think, again, they just had such a good feel-good story, just turning it around. I mean, they've been playing so well in this tournament so far. I think they're going to get the job done. I really do truly think that they're going to play. I think it's going to be a great game. I think it's going to be like a 1-goal game, like maybe 4-3, something like that. And I have a lot of respect for Providence as well. Believe me, I rooted for them when they won the title back in 2015. I was actually at that title game the last time they won. Cool. It was at TD Garden. They played BU. They played BU, and everybody knows how much I don't like BU.
Oh, so of course you had to, no matter what you
said. I was rooting for Providence big time, and they got it done. So, but yeah, I like UMass. I think they're gonna cap the storybook season with the national title. But Kyle, I know you and I may agree to disagree on this one.
Here's the thing. So mine's a bit of a layered answer. So I'm gonna start with just a quick answer first. So yes, obviously the Friars. I would personally like them to win. However, if UMass does win, then I'll actually be okay with that too. So, despite, I'm technically pulling for the Friars.
Yeah, about to say, so your official prediction is Providence.
Yes, the official prediction would technically be Providence. I would like them to win. However, because they are facing another underdog team, I would not be completely opposed if that team wins too, if UMass wins too. So I would be totally okay with them winning too. So, yeah.
All right. Well, it should be very exciting these next couple weekends to see who pulls it out. So just to recap, just a quick recap to put a bow on things. We've got in men's basketball, Kyle is picking Kyle's picking Michigan State to beat Virginia in the finals, while I'm picking Virginia to beat Michigan State in the finals.
All right.
In the women's side, I am picking UConn to beat Baylor in the finals, while Kyle is picking Oregon to beat UConn in the finals. And so, and then in men's hockey, I'm picking UMass to beat Providence, and Kyle's picking Providence to beat UMass. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. It'll be fun. So now we want to sort of move on to the way we always are now wrapping up our episodes with our On a Couch food review. And this is a place where we've had it several times before episodes before. We have not actually reviewed it.
We haven't gone in. You're right. We haven't done like an in-depth review.
Because we just started this whole sort of review thing recently. So a lot of places that we've been to in the past before episodes we haven't actually reviewed. So now we'll get a chance to do so. And that is the Flatbread Pizza, located in Davis Square here in Somerville. It's great pizza.
Yeah.
Like I think we would both highly recommend Flatbread 10 times over. And the other cool thing about this Flatbread place is that it's actually attached to a bowling alley.
Yeah.
So you can really go and bowl and have food like delivered to your bowling lane. So like it's just a really cool deal. There's locations all around. It's like
like one in Brighton, I think.
There's one in Burlington.
Yeah.
There's some there's ones all sort of around this area. So definitely check them out.
So good.
Yeah.
What's really cool too, I just wanted to add really quick. They also use actually like fresh farm ingredients too. So a lot of like when a lot of the pizzas you get like the toppings and stuff like that, just the ingredients they're actually really fresh. They just taste so good. And, and you get like these like really great like I think they're like I don't know if they're specials of the day or the week or month or whatever, but they kind of like what Upper Crust does. They have these like special pizzas. You can get like a vegetarian version and a carne version, a meat version.
Yeah, and by the way, I tried. I have like my go-to there is the basic cheese pizza. It's called the Jay's Heart, which is really good.
Oh, so good.
But I know Kyle has sampled it as well. But Kyle actually had the meat special pizza. So the carne special.
Yeah, it had like beef in it.
And I tried it as well. It was really good.
Yeah, they put like a special like aioli sauce on it. Like it's pretty out there. It's really awesome.
So definitely like just check it out. Again, it's Flatbread Pizza. And we didn't have the desserts there, but they have good desserts. Oh,
their desserts are really good. Yeah, they got like I think like a cookie sundae.
And you
type
can
of
like
deal.
watch them make the pizza too, like in the old fashioned oven, like
it's traditional like brick oven pizza. It's just really it's really cool. It's a really authentic place.
It really is.
And definitely. Highly recommend going there, especially going there with your friends. That's the best way to do it, I think.
It's great. I mean, there's no other way to put it.
Yeah.
So, anything else you want to add this week?
Oh, I want to do a quick. So I don't have any video game reviews per se.
Okay.
But I did want to discuss really quickly about my experience at PAX East. So I went to PAX East for the first time ever on Sunday, and honestly, it was probably my favorite event that I've been to, like in that style of events, like Comic-Con and everything. It was probably my favorite event because you go there and you get to literally just kind of play any game you want. Not like any game. Like there are some lines for if you go to like the Nintendo booth, you got like the major companies like Nintendo, Xbox, and you do have to wait in line for those. But you can go around and you can actually talk to. You can go in the indie game developer section, and they have their games all set up on systems, and you can play them. And when I went on Sunday, there weren't the lines. It really wasn't as crowded as it would have been on like Friday and Saturday. So it was cool because it was just like you actually get to talk to the developers, and they tell you how they made the game and everything, and what inspired them. It was just really cool experience, and that's another thing I highly recommend if you get a few friends to go with you. I actually went by myself, but it was still just as fun because I actually talked to a lot of people there. So great time, and yes, just to keep it on the sports side of things, it does have sports games too. So it has a variety of games you can play. From RPGs, 3D, 2D, you can play sports games. They got the new ones out there, and you actually get to test the games out before they even get released. So,
cool.
Yeah, it's just a really cool experience. And if you like video games, If you just want something to do on like a Sunday or Saturday or Sunday, although I definitely recommend going on Sunday more than Saturday because Saturday is super packed, more lines. But on Sunday, it's very chill. You get to go to vendors too, kind of like in Comic-Con. So it's just really cool. Yeah, it's just a great experience. If you like video games, do it.
Nice. That's awesome. So thank you for the review.
Thank you.
All right, so that's going to do it for this week's edition of On a Couch Talking Sports. Thank you as always for joining us, everybody. He's Kyle.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Robbie. Signing off for On a Couch Talking Sports. We will see you next time on the couch. Goodbye.
When in doubt, thank you.